This is my 1996 Toyota Prado 3.4 V6 automatic, and this is my brother's 1997 Toyota Prado 3.0 KZ-TE turbo diesel. And this is just a short video on the main differences between the two. The first and most obvious difference is the engine, of course. So this is a 3.4 double overhead cam 24 valve V6 petrol engine. It delivers 132 kilowatts and 330 newton meters. And this is the 1 KZ-TE 3-liter turbo diesel. And this, I don't know how much it delivers. I think it's almost 100 kilowatts, slightly less I think, and almost 300 newton meters. So the torque is very much the same, but it feels very different. This feels much faster than mine, and it's not just the turbo diesel, it's also because of the manual gearbox. So the diesel one has a 5-speed manual, and I know here in South Africa we had the 4-speed automatic in the diesel, but most of them came out with the manual. The 4x4 is exactly the same. It's got a permanent 4-wheel drive with high range center diff lock, and then a low range with the center diff locked. Apart from that, everything else is the same. It's the same interior cloth, same door panels, it's the same plastic interior. I know there were some wood trim ones, the more luxury models, but ours are exactly the same on the inside and the body shape. Now inside mine, it's obviously a whole lot more messy. But I've got the 4-speed automatic. It also has a power and economy button, and then a second start only. So if it's very slippery, you can start in second gear. But apart from that, it's a normal 4-speed automatic. So this makes mine feel much slower, but you can see the rest on the inside is exactly the same. I just have these seat covers. Then another big difference is mine only has, the petrol one only has one battery, whereas the diesel has two. There's one and then the main one. So it's got an auxiliary battery, because diesel obviously needs some more power or juice to start in the cold mornings. But this is also nice because it's got the spare then, whereas mine doesn't even have space for a spare battery in the engine compartment. Then while I'm in here at the diesel, it's got a round air filter, and this one is on the left hand side. So you'll notice the Snorkel there on the left, and on the petrol one it's got the square full air filter box, and my Snorkel is then obviously on the driver's side or the right hand side. This one I fitted myself, so if you check out this video, or I think it's this side, or in the description below, I'll show you how I fitted this myself and why it's not a good idea to do it yourself, and also why it is. And when I asked my brother now about the differences, I was very embarrassed to find out. When I looked at his, I saw he's got a 12-volt socket on the left-hand side. There's the cigarette lighter on the right-hand side where we plug in our accessories. But then I saw on his, he's got a plug on the left. And I checked in mine, and I see I also have a plug on the left. And I've had this car now for like 60,000 kilometers, 2.5 years. He's done 100,000 kilometers in his, and he also didn't know about that plug. Then on the outside, you'll see there's absolutely no differences. I actually thought he had a diff lock button, but he doesn't. He then most probably also has the limited slip differential in the back, where if it starts to spin, just step on the gas and it stops the spin automatically. Because I know for a fact that my petrol one has that. And then the other difference is mine used to be much lower than his, because he has some aftermarket suspension fitted. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, I know what it is. It's Old Man Emo shocks. But it's been in there for at least 100,000 kilometers, because that's when he bought the car. And I recently fitted Tough Dog suspension, and that is why mine is so much higher. And I'll also make a separate video on the Tough Dog suspension and the airbags in the back. Now for the cool bit. Mine's got 253,000 kilometers, so that's about 150,000 miles. Now let's look at the diesel one. My brother's diesel has 436,000 kilometers. He bought it on 330,000, and that's about 270,000 miles, and it's still running strong. No issues at all. So that's it. The main differences between the diesel and the petrol Prados, and both of these are now in the middle of nowhere in Zimbabwe, in Gonareju National Park. It's very far from civilization. It's really a place you want to bring, or you want to go with a reliable vehicle that you trust, and that's exactly what these old Prados are. It's the same as the Tundras and the Forerunners in the US, the same ladder frame chassis with the body bolted on. Absolutely amazing cars, and apparently, yeah, you'll see all over the forums and internet that these engines both last forever if you look after them. If you have any questions, please pop it in the comments below and we'll be glad to answer you. Cheers.